Hey everyone, John here. In today's video, I'm going to be revealing my AI-enhanced web scraping strategy. It involves 3 steps. So the first step is grabbing or making a list of URLs that you're going to be wanting to scrape. Then taking that list, feeding it into an LLM. So in this specific case, I feed it into Gemini 1.5 Pro. And Gemini 1.5 Pro or any LLM that you choose will take your list and narrow it down to a few URLs to search for you to approve, essentially. But in this case, I'm just trusting the LLM and extracting every single URL that it recommends and then putting it into a list that I can feed into a for loop to gather to scrape like every single website that I want, right? So I'll go about how I do this. Okay, so let's start. So let's just go over the libraries first. So I call upon the Google AI's Gemini 1.5 Pro. I use Selenium for dynamic scrolling, and then BS4 to scrape the data, and then I have like a timestamp in here, and then I'm pulling from Y Finance specifically, and then I use the regex expressions or the regex library to extract the URLs from the AI output, and then I think the system thing is just for. What do I use it for? Oh, it's just to make sure that I pull the right encoding. Oops. But yeah, so those are the libraries that I use. But yeah, this is just making sure, like sometimes when you web scrape data, sometimes you pull in different encoding. So I just specify UTF-8 specifically. This section here is setting up the ticker and the company details. So I'm using Yahoo Finance. I'll show you what the Yahoo Finance website looks like. But let me pull that up. So you would go like this, and then you would insert the ticker. So in this one specifically, I'm looking at bnst.to. So as you can see, this is like a dynamic website. So you have to use Selenium to load every single URL that's related to a press release. So that's what I'm doing in this next section. So I'm scrolling to load more content until the end of the page is reached. So that's just a script to do this, right? Like that's just a script. Now I got to the end, but really, let me just demonstrate what it's doing. So it's opening the web page, scrolling all the way down, and then generating more press releases, and then scrolling another down, generating more press releases, scrolling another one down. So that's what this is basically doing. And then once I'm able to do that, I parse specifically the press release URL as well as the headline. So what happens if you just pull the URL without the headline is when you feed the information into Chatgpt with just the URL, it actually can't make a determination as to like whether or not it's relevant for your goals. So that's just like a step that I use. So display each headline and URL. That's this here. So I experimented with just only pulling the URL. So as you can see, like sometimes it doesn't have relevant information. So for example, this one, headline, Scotia Global Asset Management announces October 2024 cash distributions for Scotia ETFs. And then it would say Scotia Global Asset Management announces, right? Like if you just feed this into ChatGPT, Claude 3.5, whatever LLM you're trying to use to determine which URLs to scrape, it's not going to be able to give you that, right? It needs a full headline with the URL. So that's why I go ahead and structure that. So this part of the code extracts the URLs and the headline, and then it prints out the URL and the headline and makes a list. So it's just like appending it to a list. So once you've got the press releases, you feed that into Gemini 1.5 Pro or whatever AI you're using. So this is the prompt that I use. Reduce the provided list of headline and URL pairs to those that will help inform me to make an investment decision about company and the list. So I pull the company and the company and the company name using the Y Finance API. So when I pull bns.to, I already generate a variable for the company name. That way, like I can easily modify for Scotiabank, for Nvidia, TD Bank, whatever I want to pull, whatever I feel like pulling, right? The eventual thing that I can do is I can pull multiple lists. So I can make this into a for loop and be like for ticker in tickers, and then specify a list: BNS, Nvidia, TD Bank, JP Morgan, whatever I want, and then it will pull every single headline, feed it into my chosen LLM, and then build the list that I will be extracting information from, right? So the main key here is rather than scraping all of these URLs and grabbing data that might not be relevant, it's only pulling specific URLs that have relevant data. And there's no way that I can scrape it just like for example, if is this going to help me make an investment decision? Like, for example, Scotiabank named world's best bank for corporate responsibility, right? That's kind of subjective. Like, I'm not sure if that I can make an investment decision out of that. Another one, Pamela Allen, executive officer of MD Financial Management. Like, I don't need to be pulling this information, right? So like in my previous process, I would just scrape Yahoo Finance for every URL, take all the web scrape data, feed it into an LLM, and that LLM will pretty much like summarize the entire web page. Like I'm not really smart at figuring out how to pull like only specific parts of a web page. I just mindlessly extract all the text, right? So that's why I go ahead and have this, so I don't have errors in my code, because sometimes you pull like other encoding in. But yeah, that was a tangent. I'm trying to make these videos a little bit more professional, but I have a hard time doing that because the content itself, like I can share more information by having more candid conversations, right? Like if I try to make this a presentation style, like I just end up focusing so much on presenting rather than creating good content. So, or like giving you good information. So at the end of the day, like, man, if you click off this video because let me see, how long has it been? If you click off this video already, well, too bad. I'm not giving out the code. You can find out the code yourself. But yeah, so I'm grabbing the URLs, feeding them into an LLM, and then that LLM is then filtered for just the URLs using regex, right? So what I've noticed is if you feed the AI just the URLs, you're not going to get quality outputs, right? Because like the model, the Gemini 1.5 Pro model, or like any LLM, is just a model. So if you feed it garbage, you're going to get garbage outputs. So you want to give it good inputs. So yeah, I don't know how many URLs is in this Yahoo Finance webpage that I'm scraping, but it's a lot. And at the end, so once I feed this into 1.5 Pro, so AI identifying which URLs to scrape, the following headline URLs are most relevant to making an investment decision about Bank of Nova Scotia as they relate to financial performance, strategic initiatives, and significant corporate actions. So what did it pull? It's pulled Scotiabank to announce fourth quarter 2024 results. Scotiabank decreases private lending rate. Scotiabank issues 1.25 bill in sustainability notes. KeyCorp and Scotiabank complete initial tranche of strategic minority investment. Scotiabank completes 4.9% initial investment in KeyCorp. So those are like the same thing. Dividend, third quarter results, a repeat of the third quarter results. It even says that. So why did it pull a repeat? Let's see. Duplicate, but reinforces importance of quarterly results. Okay, awesome. So it even gives reasoning as to like if it pulled the same an article with kind of the same headlines 2 times, why did it do that? But yeah. KeyCorp receives strategic minority investments from Scotiabank. Scotiabank announces agreement to acquire this is just a bunch of KeyCorp information. And then I would say the remaining articles are less directly relevant to investment decisions as they focus on marketing, social responsibility initiatives, executive appointments, or routine ETF distributions. Like the rest of the stuff is not relevant, right? And then once you have this output from the AI, you could extract the URLs from the AI using regular expressions or regex, right? So that's why I pulled this RE library. But yeah, so then this RE library is what you would then feed into a for loop to start pulling web scrape data. And then you could take that aggregated web scrape data into another LLM and then also be like, hey, use this web scrape data to summarize the information related to an investment decision, and then you'll have all of these into just like one big report. So I'll show that on another video. I noticed that my videos have been getting longer and longer as I do this because I try to jam pack it with information and then people don't end up watching the entire thing. So I'm going to be breaking these up into like smaller videos. But yeah, so that's the initial code. I'll show you how it works for different ones. So for example, let's say I'm doing NVIDIA, right? So if I pull NVIDIA, so when I pull the NVIDIA press release, NVIDIA and Sherwin-Williams to set Dow Jones Industry Average, Vistra to join, like, okay, this information is not relevant. NVIDIA set, this is like, let's say if I was just doing this myself without the help of this script, how would I go about doing it, right? So I'd be like, hey, NVIDIA and Sherwin-Williams, I don't care. NVIDIA sets conference call for third quarter financial results. I probably care. NVIDIA Ethernet networking accelerates world's largest AI supercomputer. I don't know if that's gonna help. So I would have to like go into it and be like, hey, is this gonna boost revenues? What does it mean for NVIDIA's stock price, right? Like that's what I'm trying to avoid. I don't want to be going into like this website. And then imagine I'm new. Imagine I'm new to investing and I haven't been following NVIDIA for a while. I'm going to have to go through all of this. Like I'm going to have to keep scrolling down so I know like a year's worth. Like you can't make an investment decision with just 3 months worth of press releases. Like you need like a year or two at least, so you know what's gone on with the company, What did they say in the past? Did they execute on what they said? Things like that, right? So this is what I'm trying to avoid with the help of this script. Okay, but yeah, let's test it out. So what you would do is you would take the script instead of the bns.to ticker. Let's put NVIDIA in there. Then hit run. So Shift F10. Okay, waiting. So this part of the script this script actually takes longer than normal, just because it's using Selenium to scroll down the page, and then it waits a little bit to ensure that I pull all the headlines. So okay, what it's done now is it's found the headline and then its accompanying URL. So, but yeah, like it's really important then when you're doing this yourself, you have the headline as well as the URL. Otherwise, you're going to be inputting garbage into Gemini 1.5 Pro. So how many headlines is there? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably at least 20 plus, right? Like at least 10, probably 20 plus. So within the 20 plus URLs and headline pairs, it gets fed into the 1.5 Pro, and then it says, okay, all right, why is this one? NVIDIA and Sherwin-Williams set to join Dow Jones Industrial Average. How is this relevant? Joining the Dow is a major sign of recognition and can influence investor perceptions and potentially the stock price. Okay, so I was wrong. It is relevant, or I guess they think it's relevant. NVIDIA sets conference call. Okay, I said that was relevant. Financial results for the second quarter of fiscal 2025, announcing upcoming event for financial community, sets conference call for second quarter. CIBC announces NVIDIA Canadian Depository Receipt split. It's pulling the first quarter fiscal 2025. So now that I have all of this information, instead of scraping something like Oracle and NVIDIA to deliver sovereign AI worldwide, like instead of pulling stuff like that, I can definitely be more intentional with what data I pull from, right? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm trying to make I'm trying to make my videos a little more professional, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not one of those YouTubers that is all about the presentation. Like I'm just going through this thing where I'm like going through YouTube, looking at my engagement, and I'm like, how do I make this better? Then trying to make my videos better to do stuff like that. But like at the end of the day, I'm like a finance person. Like I'm an investor at heart, right? Like I'm just doing this YouTube thing for myself so I can track my growth and share it with the world or share it with my friends. So I think I'm feeling a little bit of pressure from like my growth. Like initially I was just posting videos to share with my friends, but now I'm getting like a lot of subscribers, or I don't know, like to me, like 200 people. Like I start getting a little bit hesitant, or like I'm becoming like shy under the lights, so to speak. Like I don't know if you watch a lot of boxing or UFC, but there's a lot of boxers or MMA fighters that are really good in sparring, but then when they go to the arena and the lights are like, they go into a live event, like they get the jitters and things like that. I'm starting to get the jitters. Like, how many people are subscribed to me? Like 200. Like I'm starting to get some like serious jitters before I make each video. So I hope you bear with me with how I'm going to be going about doing things. I'm going to try to make these as raw as possible. Like, I don't feel like cutting videos. Like, I just don't. Like, at the end of the day, I'm just not going to cut my videos. But yeah, so like I'm starting to get a little, I guess I'm documenting how I feel. Like, how many times have I tried to make this video good? Like at least 5 times. Like, I could have spent that 5 time, like those other 5 times, literally learning how to write code, literally trying to extract information from the internet to make better investment decisions. Right now instead, for four videos or like 4 retries or 4 retakes, I've I spent that time doing retakes instead of doing informational videos, right? Like, it's kind of triggering. Maybe I'm just kind of like a little bit flustered here. But yeah, like I have 190 subscribers. Like, I almost feel responsible every time like I make a video that I don't waste people's time. But at the end of the day, like, I don't feel like I output videos that waste people's time, right? So yeah, that's just how I feel. So the other thing that I've tried to do is say less, say so less, do less pauses, things like that. But I have a really hard time. Like, I just have a really hard time. It's something that I'm struggling with. I'd rather just do what I enjoy doing, do what I'm passionate about, which is investing. Right? So I don't know if I just like don't even talk in these videos. But obviously I'm going to talk in these videos. Let's see, how long is this video already? 22 minutes. I'm going to rant for however long as I want. Just for fun. But yeah, so right now I've got 190 subscribers. I feel very responsible for them. So I try to output content on a day-to-day basis without missing a day. Like how many videos have I dropped? 69 videos. 69 videos in a month and a half. In a month and a half. Imagine that output, right? Plus, I'm doing that, like, a normal person would not be able to do that, right? And look at the range. And some, like, I have stuff in the pipeline that I've been hiding, right? Like, I have like this 2-hour long video. I don't know if I want to release that. Like, I'm kind of getting hesitant. Like, before, even if the video, like, I never had to second guess myself dropping a video. But yeah, so this is just for me documenting, because I go and watch my own videos. Like, okay, like some of these videos I thought were garbage and it ends up being fine. Like, it ends up doing okay. Like, for example, a video that I was hesitant on dropping was, let's see, it was this fund manager one. Like, I thought it was not that great, but people really seem to enjoy it. If I can find it, teaching Chatgpt to be a fund manager. But I had like a video with like 900 views. I'm not sure why that one blew up specifically. But yeah, I'm gonna start trying to like, I only have a limited bandwidth, right? Like, in 2024, I have to lose weight, which is like one of my primary goals. I have to excel at my job. I recently got promoted, so I'm trying to like really be good in the middle of budget season. So, like, think about the cognitive load that I have in that. Plus, I'm making YouTube videos. I have to learn how to code, and I have to invest well. Like, those are like 5 things that are a lot. And one of those, like, because of that, I can't be spending too much time editing my videos, making my videos like super awesome, right? Like, I think I'm getting like, I think I'm getting to a point where I'm comparing myself to other YouTubers and I'm trying to be them, but I'm not them. I'm me. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just kind of like an annoying situation that I'm in. So like, I think I'm going. I think in sports, it's like when Charles Barkley is playing golf. He like hesitates in the middle of his swing, and then it looks really stupid. Like I feel like I'm getting to that. Like I'm trying to avoid that situation where I'm like, you know, kind of like hesitating. But yeah, what was the point of this part of the video? The point of this part of this video is just like a rant to make me feel good. But yeah, like for example, 434 videos. Like, why did this blow up? I don't know. 1K to 10K challenges. Why does this one blow up? I don't know. Right? Like some of these videos I didn't even think about dropping. Like oil price history and speculation, right? Like the other thing I've noticed is when I go let's look at my comments. I'm going to go over like comments that I really appreciate. Obviously I appreciate my family, like James making comments, dude, that's lit, right? People asking for my code, that's sick. Like I thought I replied to this guy. Somebody trying to pitch me their information. Like some of my homies, Jim knows. Check out his channel if you're trying to get more fit, be healthy. You should watch that guy. But yeah, so I really enjoy these types of comments. Like try reading That Simple Python. What else? Like this one, like this one really inspired me. Sometimes I have days where I'm like, hey, do I want to be dropping a video? Do I 45 days of dropping a video every single day, sometimes 2 days could get taxing. But when I get comments like this, like I'm planning on starting with 1K and I'm learning programming as well. I plan on letting you know how my portfolio is going. Dude, the Lions Zen, holy man. I feel like 2 to 3 days ago, I didn't want to drop a video. Like I caught a cold bad. And I was like, okay, do I output a video sounding sick as heck? But because of this type of comment, I'm just like, I'm going to drop one. Right? My brother, okay, you guys have to watch this guy's videos. This guy's thumbnails are legit crazy. Like look at this guy's thumbnails. Dude, his thumbnail. I don't know if I want to do that though. Cause I had somebody very important to me said don't drop thumbnails. Don't drop thumbnails. But look at this thumbnail. This is art. Like but yeah, yeah, so now my nose is kind of runny. But yeah, like these types of comments are what keeps me going for sure. Like I got somebody to invest. Hopefully you do what you say, learn how to code, invest. Dude, that's awesome. Right? Like you can't go wrong with that. What's another one? Interesting approach. I like that. Sometimes I drop like funny stuff like achieving success in investing takes hard work, dedication, and self-belief. I think I watched like a couple of Floyd Mayweather videos where he's like jogging on the street and he's just like hard work, dedication, hard work. And then I get inspired to like drop videos like this. I'm learning how to code. So What I've been doing is I've been going through this Python roadmap. Where is that Python roadmap? I've been going through this Python roadmap, but I'm very fortunate with my employer that they're willing to support me in my learning journey. So I've also been using Codecademy. So I'm going to be probably releasing like my review on that. So I'm going to be doing both. Like I really want to make like a live stream at some point. I know I've been saying it for weeks. I just didn't have time. Like every other weekend, I'm traveling. And like when I'm not traveling, I have other things to do. Like I just have other things to do, right? This isn't my life. Well, it's like I really enjoy it, but it's not like my main priority, right? Like but yeah, so I'm going through this. Eventually I'm gonna go through this and try to make like a live stream. I'm gonna try to figure out when I'll be doing that. I'm going to try to make it. I'm gonna try to ask my friends like, hey, when do you guys like? I'm gonna ask my friends and family like, when are you available to tune in? And then I'll have at least like 2 viewers. Like I don't want to make a live stream and have like 1 viewer in there. So I'm gonna work on marketing that. But yeah, so right now with my coding, I'm trying to learn using both Chatgpt, like using my past methods. So like taking a screenshot and then building a learning course with Chatgpt. And then I'm also gonna be doing Codecademy. So I'm gonna be doing 2. I noticed that I need to do 2 anyways. So when like for example, if I learn basic syntax using ChatGPT, it's nice to also learn it in a more structured way from like a Codecademy. So I get like how do I say it, like unstructured learning. So if I am stuck on a topic, I could just make practice questions with ChatGPT and then practice within the what do you call it, within the IDE. And then I also learn with their they have like their own kind of like code editor here. So I'll show you what that looks like. But yeah, it's like 2 different ways. So for example, like here, you would write code within here. So like for example, you could say print hi, right? So you can like write the code hi, and then it would be like a you could go over it. But usually, like I don't know what's up with this one, but usually it would, okay, maybe it's a project, but like there's certain ones where like you would have to do the task. So for example, here I'm practicing making if statements, elif, and then else, right? But I also could do that in ChatGPT and then write code. Let me see if I actually could show that for you. Show that how I'm doing it. Do I not have it open? Gemini 1.5 Pro, my new name, system instructions, rent roll, practice, YouTube, fund, equity research email. But yeah, here, so I have coding practice. So I'm practicing like linked lists, for example, and then I try it multiple times. Like I have a real problem with linked lists. I don't get how they work. So maybe kind of explain that to me one day, James. Yeah. Okay, where was I? But yeah, that's where I'm at within the channel. I also try to, like, I've also been kind of like deviating away from the finance topics, just because I'm like doing what I'm passionate or like what I feel like making at the time. So, like one of my close friends was like, I was like asking him, hey, what do I make YouTube videos about? Shout out to Isaac. But he was like, dude, make what you enjoy doing. And then like my other friend Natu, he's like, if you're having fun with it, you're doing something right. So like those are the advices that I'm taking. But yeah, what's going on with the president and elect, like with the presidential election? By the way, it looks like Trump's gonna win, which I somehow predicted. Did I? I don't know. Let's do the Trump dance, but like, let's take a look. So I was trying to apply efficient market hypothesis, which is, does like efficient market hypothesis basically like all information is reflected in the stock price. So you could probably use the stock price to inference the information that the market is using. And then you can make inferences as to what the market's thinking, right? So where was that video? Like, I have so many videos, I don't even know where I'm at. But yeah, so market predicts slight Trump victory. So you can click into this video and then figure out like, hey, did the market already price in a Trump victory? So let's say you thought, okay, Trump is gonna win. Could you make trades based off that decision? Maybe or maybe not, because maybe that information has already been priced into the market, right? And you're actually just like not really making any decision. Like, you're not going to generate any alpha with your information because it's already reflected in the price and you're already paying for it. But yeah, that was my big rant. I guess congratulations to the US for hopefully a smooth election, right? Like, let's not have another insurrection. Let's not have a divide. Like, I really enjoy, like, I love my neighbors to the south, right? Like, I have friends that are there and family that are there. I really hope that they're good. Like, I hope that America and the Canada, like North America in general, are good. Like, I hope we have a fun time as a group. But yeah, what else did I want to say? What have I gone over in this video? So I went over my web scraping strategy, and then I went over a rant. Then I went over how I feel about YouTube and my YouTube progress. I did a couple shout outs. I went over the president, went over the election. But yeah, like Associated Press, this website UI is crazy good. But yeah, please like and subscribe for more videos. Until next time, bye.